Hi folks, Father Richard for one last little video from the property, from the grounds of the Regia di Caserta in Caserta, Naples. And I'm standing behind a big part of one of the very upper fountain areas. I love the image of silhouettes against blue sky. There's just so much atmosphere in it. And these are all like faux stones and figures. I'm going to walk around because I'm around the back on purpose so that I can come around and give you the surprise beauty shot. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that just spectacular? And even down here, the wonderful ferns and this very upper pond. And there's still a few more up above us, but this is pretty much one of the destination points for this walk that people take, this long walk to see the grounds of the Regia and all of the fountains around it. And here again, the figures that are water spouts when they're working. You can see the little piping there and the nymphs and fawns, I suppose, were sitting there blowing their horns, their shells, and normally out of each of those things would be a big water spout. You can see the lines right there, the water pumps, and they go up and they're going to be blowing them out the spouts. And down there, that particular beautiful fish or porpoise, not sure which one it's supposed to be, sea creature, let us say, would be blowing water out of its spout. And then down here, let's walk around the other side. You would also see water pouring out. And maybe even from up here too, in these flasks and jars, you might even find water pouring out of these too. It's hard to tell. But certainly those down there would all have water coming out of them. None of them are working today, but I think they do a lot of maintenance up here. The water is remarkably clean looking. Not the kind of water you'd want to drink, but it looks clean. It's this deep sort of what I would call uh, a pale-ish emerald green, not bright emerald green, but sort of a pale, somewhat bluish gray emerald green. It's really quite beautiful and looks so utterly wonderful. And I have just realized that I'm trapped. And I've got to walk around the other way here. I don't know how I'm going to get out. Oh my goodness, I've gotten on the wrong side of things. Well, doesn't that something? Who is surprised at that? Father Richard has got himself trapped on the wrong side of things. Yeah, and I can tell all of you that are watching this are laughing out loud right now. Well, he did it to himself, so who cares? Oh goodness. So here's the fence, but if I walk over this way, the fence is all the way on the other side. I can't. I have to walk. Oh my gosh, I have to walk another couple of 100 yards to get around the fence. I've screwed myself. Oh well. You know what? Life could be a whole lot worse than being trapped uh, for a little bit on the grounds of the Palace of Caserta. Life could definitely be a lot worse than that. And like I said, I'm just going to reward myself with a lovely glass of wine tonight and a beautiful cena, which will be a little bit more substantial than the regular cena because I have not had I've not had anything to eat today. I've been on such a high, and I've been so busy. I've had something to drink, obviously, kept myself a little hydrated, and then I had a little snack before I left the palace, just a little ice cream bar. Give myself a little sugar rush, and it was. I know it. You know what? We have these at home. They were the Magnum ice cream bars, and they're really, really good. And this one was mint ice cream. And for those of you that know me, anything with chocolate and mint, to me, I mean, I fail. I fail and I fall. That is my utter temptation. If the devil wants to get me, all he has to do is offer me chocolate and mint. So, oh my goodness, I just revealed that information to all of you. That should be secret. None of you should know that. Now you're all going to be sending me chocolate mint. In fact, I'd love it if you did. Like I said, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I'm a chocoholic, as we say. We chocoholics, friends. Chocolate is the answer, and the question is completely irrelevant. Those of you who are chocoholics are now laughing along with me, and you know exactly what I mean. Okay, um, so on I walk, and at this point, I do think I can get across here at some point, or maybe I'm just going to have to walk up to the absolute very top. I gave myself 3 different excuses not to do it, and now I have decided I'm going to do it. I am going to be so amazing. I'm going to be so fit, and I'm going to be so I'm going to be so doggone sore tonight. I think my hips are going to uh, complain just a little bit. Can you tell how raggedy my voice is? Like I told you before, as I mentioned, that there's so much stuff in the air here. There's a bit of flora and fauna around. Like, how about a gigantic forest, gardens, trees, and the wind is blowing. So everything is blowing, and I'm breathing it all. And that is exactly what the problem is. So I've been doing a little coughing, a little hacking. I don't feel sick. In fact, I feel very, very well. I'm not sick at all, and I don't have a cold. I can tell this is just sort of sinus stuff that gets you when you are getting a little irritated in there. So I will have to stop at some point. If it bothers me after today, because I won't be here, if it continues to bother me, I'll go into the one of the many, many local farmacia stores, pharmacy stores, which are very different than ours, extremely different. Pharmacists here are a little bit like doctors, and they will give you stuff that normally we would expect to have to go to the doctor to get. I've had that happen before. They will consult with you and work with you, walk around the store and help you pick something out that you really need. It's a lot of personal service. It's not where at home, you can go down to Walgreens and go down to CVS, you stand in line, you go up to a window, you hand them a doctor's prescription, they work on their computer, and they tell you to come back in either 20 minutes or 2 days. And that's it. That's the pharmacy. That's all we do. Other than that, we go buy, aspirin or vitamins on the shelf. That's not how it's done here. Pharmacies are a big part of Italian culture, and they sell everything from drugs that doctors would prescribe to all kinds of other uh, kinds of sort of semi-pharmaceutical products that are all approved by the Italian government and the EU, of course. And then there is just a slew of stuff in a pharmacy that has to do with cosmetics and skincare and all kinds of other stuff. It's just a completely different culture. So the Italians have a very particular regard for care of the body, and I think that's a really good thing. Uh, I think they think of it as really, in their own way, that the body is God's gift. That's the house of the Holy Spirit. And, we were taught that since we were kids. Our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. We should take care of them. We should love them and take care of them and be good to them. Keep them healthy as possible. Eat right. Sleep well. Uh, get exercise. And if you want to do it all in one fell swoop, I just say move to Italy and live like an Italian. That's the easy way to do it. Hee haw. Okay, going to shut the video for a little bit, get up to the top. This is the end. I did it. I did the entire flippin' thing. So we'll talk again soon. Bye.